Let's see if we are live. Okay, now let's take a look and see what we got. Are we live? Okay, guys, let's see what we have. Alright, so far we have 4 people. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look. See what we got. Okay, I need to reduce my volume here. Okay, we are live. Okay, guys, welcome to my live unboxing of the udm-se. Okay, right. Right. So beside me, you'll see that I have a couple of them. All right. So that's easier for me to show you guys the boxes, front and back. Okay, the actual unit that I'm going to open today is going to be right in front of me. I've laid it down flat in front of me so I can just pull out the tab, and so it's easier because it's quite heavy. The unit itself is 5 kilograms. All right. Yeah, I know the data sheet puts there at 4.9 something. I'll just round it up to 5 kilograms. Okay. Easier for us. All right. So I'm streaming live from Singapore. Okay. Hang on. I need to switch on my lights. I hope my lighting is okay. I think we can do slightly better. Let me try and improve the lighting. Okay, hang on. Okay, just hang on. Don't leave. All right. I know there are about 5 of you watching. Hang on. Okay. All right. So I'm back. Okay. So now, for a very brief and quick introduction, we know for the Dream Machine from Ubiquiti, we know that there is the UDM, right? That's the white color thing, with a built-in Wi-Fi 5, which is basically a nano HD AP built-in together with a routing function. It doesn't accept Unified Protect, or it doesn't accept Unified Access. Right? Then follow which we have the UDM Pro, which is a precursor to this udm-se. Okay, with UDM Pro, you can do all the things that you want to do. You can do Unify Network, Unify Protect, Unify Phone, Unify Access, all right, and then a UID, which is now in beta, right? So it's not recommended for home users. I know in Singapore we do have home users buying a UDM Pro. There's quite a number of you. All right, a very big decent size of you. Right, for those who wants to upgrade from the UDM Pro to the udm-se, okay, there are quite a number of new stuff. All right, of course, let me very quickly brief through on the new stuff that you will have. Okay, the CPU wise is still the same, except that the Wang Port. All right, so the RJ45 port, it can actually goes up to 2.5. okay, I'm using a 4K camera. I hope you can still see this. All right, I'm streaming as high definition as I can. Let me see if I can go nearer. Okay, so for those who have not got the unit itself, at the same time, while I'm talking, okay, feel free to write comments. Ubiquiti is inside. We'll try as much as possible to answer questions as and when they come. Okay, so let's do some precursor to the actual opening, and then we can do the opening of the unit itself. Right, for the CPU, it's still the same, 1.7 gig. Okay, Lan Ports, 8 Lan Ports. I'll talk about that later. Now for the Wang Ports, for the RJ45, you actually have 2.5 gig on the RJ45. Good for those who are signing up for more than 1 gig in Singapore, right? So you have 2Gs, but make sure 2G is actually coming out one RJ45, not those dual 1+1, okay? 1+1 is not real 2G, okay? Take note, don't be fooled by the marketing. 1+1 is not 2G, okay? It's basically 2 different routers, okay? What you want is to get it into one RJ45 coming out, right? So if it's coming out one RJ45, you can plug into this fella, you get 2.5 gig. Okay, now the ratings so far, as per the data sheet, I have not tried. I don't have a 10 gig line. On iPerf with the thread management enabled, you can go about 3.5 gig. Okay, so if any one of you have 10 gig lines, you want to try with the IPS and IDS, by all means. Okay, plug it into the second Wang port, which is the SFP plus. Of course, you can also get the converters from SFP Plus to RJ45 10G. All right, you can get it for $100. Okay, then followed which you have another big difference would be the 8-port. Okay, these 8 ports. Okay, for the udm-se. Right now it comes with PoE. Okay, once we unbox the unit, you will see the difference in terms of the indicators on the Lan Port. Okay, all right, so I'm hugging this unit. All right, so it's very, very precious, limited stocks. Okay, I'm not selling today. Right, we just want to see what's going on with all the various new indication. Right, on top of that, it in itself has a SSD, 128 GB SSD for those who want to do minimum recording. All right, if you want to do bigger recordings, please remember to buy a proper surveillance hard drive to plug it in here. All right, have I heard stories of drives failing? I've been selling them for quite a while, so yes, of course, I heard some stories where the drives fail. Okay, make sure you buy proper certified purple. In my case, I like to push the purple surveillance drive. So far, it hasn't failed me. So even for the UMVR and the UMVR Pro, okay, so it has been good so far. Even for quite a number of sizable cameras. All right. If you have any questions, like I mentioned, please feel free to write comments. There'll be people around to answer and help me answer if possible, or else then I have to take a look at my phone and see what you're asking for, and I'll try my best to answer you. Right, following which I will do some rails on some of the different things that comes up with it and post it on Instagram or the Facebook group, and then you can see it as rails. All right, for those who are into IG or Facebook Shorts. All right, so for the back, you will see that is the actual unit itself. The size is the same. Of course, it's heavier now with the PoE and the power, and also the small little SSD that's inside. Okay, I'm not going to tear up the unit, all right, because I don't have any spare, and it's all still in warranty. Okay, so don't worry. Now, purchasing the units as per normal all comes with 1 year hardware warranty. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, now at the same time, after I open the unit, all right, there are certain small little tiny things that I want to go through with you guys to make sure that you know what's the difference, okay, between the current UDM Pro and the udm-se. All right, so the front, the back, I'm going to show you some stuff. All right, we'll go through it and you'll take a look. Right, so now this is the unit. I'm going to tear open the seal and let's take a look and see what's inside. Okay, now let me push aside the unit so I have more space. Okay, and I don't need the pen knife for today because it's all going to be fine. Okay, so I'm just tearing it up, putting it aside. Now the next thing is I need to take out the first item that comes out from the box would be the accessories. All right, so let's take a quick look at the accessories. Okay, there are certain things I want to point out from the accessories. All right, so there's a beautiful color card. This is the quick guide. All right, if you need it, just tear it out, scan the QR code, use the Bluetooth to set up the udm-se. Okay, this fella has Bluetooth. You can use your app to set it up. Of course, setting it up for the initial part is fine. You definitely need to have internet access to set up. Okay, you can't set up UDMs without internet access because, of course, they will want you to sign in to your ui.com account. Okay, let me stress again. They will want you to sign in to your ui.com account. Of course, you can click on advanced and then go just on local account. Okay, of course, that's been aside. Now let's put aside. Okay, this is the screws that comes with it, and of course you have your ears. All right, so we have your ears. All right, I'm just going to put this here first so you can see it all. All right, I'm going to show you the screws. All right, so this is usually very hard to take out. I always have problem taking this out. I don't know why. For all my unboxing, I tell you. Okay, so very, very beautifully done. Okay, as usual. Right, for those who have also opened up the U6LR, the UAP ACHD, those are the higher end products. They will have all the screws nicely set up for you. Okay, now I have a question this morning, actually, someone asking, can I lay these down on the tabletop? Right, yes you can, because they will provide you with the rubber studs. Okay, so you'll see here you have your rubber studs. Okay, remember to prop up the unit. okay, because you need the air to flow. Okay, like I mentioned, always remember ventilation and the airflow is very, very important. They do provide you the rubber studs for you to prop this thing on the tabletop. Okay, not necessarily you have to mount it into a rack. Okay, for some homes, you may not have the space. Like in our case in Singapore, some of us may just chuck it in our DB closet. Okay, some of them you just slot it on the angle side. Okay, and some of them you buy the poker board dots from IKEA and paste it on and put it up with a lot of cable tie. Right, so all these are the screws for the ears. Okay, if you're going to mount it on the rack. Okay, this is for the rack mount. Okay, so this portion is on the rack ears and rack mount. Okay, so don't forget about all this stuff. Right, let me put it back because I don't want to lose any of these screws. I don't have any extras. Okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to put it back now. The next thing I want to talk about is the power cord. Okay, some of you may find it strange. Why am I talking about a power cord in today's context? Okay, the reason being because this power cord that's provided is actually slightly different. You see, okay, there's a reason why there's a notch here. I'll show it to you later as we open up the actual unit and see what's inside. Okay, so in our case, we are getting the EU version. All right, so you get the 2-prong. Okay, just like when you buy Philips electronics, you buy Philips products, it comes with two round pins because it's from Europe. Right, if you want the UK, just reach out to me. I'll get you the UK plug. Okay, so for those that knows me, you get the UK plug. Okay, so this is where there's a slight difference. I will show it to you where it comes in. Okay, I'm going to put this aside for me to have easy reach so that I will show it to you. Okay, so how's my voice? Everything okay? Okay, the voice is okay? Okay, so let me pull up the actual unit. It's very, very heavy. Okay, 5 kilos. From a certain angle, it's quite hard to pull it out. Let me push this aside. Okay, right. And let me put down the box. Okay, right, I'm going to put the box next to me. Now I'm going to put it right in front. There's a reason for it. Okay, because that's how it's got to be opened up. Okay, I like the sponge. You can reduce down the size, see? Okay, you can recycle it if you want. Right, so once you get the unit, right, what's going to come up to you is the back side. Okay, you're going to get the back side. The front is going to be the screen and all the Lan Ports. Okay, so you got to put the sticker. Okay, right. So over here is where you plug in the C13. You have to plug in the C13 over here, and this is where the URS. Okay, the redundant power system. All right. So you got to remove out the cap. Okay, there's a reason for it. There's a small little protection. Let me get out the cap out of the way. Okay, so you heard that there is a small little thing that I actually push out. Okay, let me bring it out and show it to you guys and to be nearer to you. All right, so do you see it? Okay, let me stabilize in my hand. Okay, so do you see this small little catch? This is where the power cord will get secured on with the notch. Okay, this is available. The first time I saw it was on the Enterprise 48 and the Enterprise 24. Okay, you don't even get it on the Pro 48. Okay, I'm talking about the switches. Okay, yes, I've sold quite a number of Enterprise 48, so the experience is there. So yeah, this is where you secure the power cord. So yes, they have actually brought this up to the udm-se. Okay, I'm going to plug it in and show it to you guys how it actually goes in. Okay, hang on, let me prop it up for you. Let me put it aside. Okay, it's very heavy, so I'm just going to rest it here and prepare the power cord to show you guys how it's being done. Okay, let me put it up here and push it forward so you can actually see it. All right, so to plug it in, basically C13. Okay, push it in. Okay, all right, once you push it in, then you just push it in, so you'll be very, very secure. You get it? All right, so you won't fall out and you won't have incidents or accidents happening. All right, so to remove it, you just have to open it up and then pull it out. Okay, it's as simple as that, right? So if you are transporting it, all you have to do is just get the cover. Okay, make sure it's correct. Okay, because there's a notch here. Okay, push it back in and push in the notch. Okay, then you secure it, and the cover, dust cover. This is the dust cover. So this is the dust cover for the redundant power. Okay, now since we are already high up, let me remove the protection. Okay, and we can remove it out. Okay, right, so I'm holding on to it. Okay, very carefully. Right, let me show you the front. Okay, let me get the camera to zoom in properly. Okay, so on the front you have your, as usual, your 1.3-inch LCD touchscreen. Okay, so this is the touchscreen as per the UDM Pro, and followed by the hard drive. Okay, so you got your hard drive. Okay, and you have your 8 ports of Lan Ports over here. Okay, you will see that on the Lan Ports you will actually have the Poe Power Indicator. Okay, for those who wants to see it closer, let me try and show it to you guys. Okay, so you will see that there is the Poe Power Indicator, right? So for the power wise, there will be first 6 ports. It's able to power for the 802.03 AF, which 15 watts, and port 7 and port 8 will be for up to 30 watts. Okay, so in case if you have anything that is like a U6LR, which requires 802.03 AT, all right, you need to plug them into 7 and 8. Okay, so you can power 2 units of U6LR. Okay, 2 units of U6LR. Okay, you can definitely power 6 units of U6 Lite. Okay, you can also power U6 Mesh. All right, you have seen my unboxing video for the U6 Mesh. Yes, the U6 Mesh is using 802.03 AF. Okay, which is up to 15 watts. Okay, I'll use the words up to because on the data sheet you will see that they actually tell you that actually uses slightly below 10 watts. Okay, so you can definitely put up to 6 units of U6 Lite or 6 units of U6 Mesh. Of course, a combination is also possible, right? Similarly for cameras, okay, take a note on the power that's required for the PoE. Okay, this is very important. Okay, I can't stress enough on the PoE power because most lay people may not understand the difference in PoE power. They may think that PoE is just PoE, but actually there are different standards. So you just have to pay attention and read the data sheet. Okay, I'm sure my voice should still be fine. Okay, there are 8 of you watching. If you have any questions, like I mentioned, feel free to write out your questions. We will try our best to answer them. Right, the next one would be on the Wang Port. All right, so over here, this is the Wang Port. All right, so this is the 2.5G. Okay, on a single. All right, make sure you are using at least Cat 6 or 6A. All right, not necessary to go 7 or Cat 8, not necessarily. All right, for us in Singapore, no issue. It's very easily available for us to get Cat 6 or Cat 6A cables to connect to the XG PON. In this case, in case you are getting more than 1G. All right, so that's the thing. Of course, the next 2 will be on the SFP Plus. So there are dust covers. These are dust covers to cover the fiber points. One is on the 10G WAN. One will be on the 10G uplink, where you can connect to another switch that supports 10G. Okay, so if you want to see live examples, just drop by my office. I'm using it myself on the 10G connectivity to a 10G switch. Then you can see what the difference is. All right, so this is basically the latest udm-se for you. Okay, just feel free to reach out. Remember, it has an additional 128 GB of SSD for you to do some recording. As per normal, it has its own 16 GB RAM memory. Okay, make sure you size it up correctly in terms of the number of APs that you can connect to. Okay, of course you can further connect this to 24 port switch, 48 port switch, and so on and so forth. Not an issue. Okay, I've seen units for UDM Pro to connect more than 96 ports and still working fine. With our Singapore infrastructure for 1G Wi-Fi internet, it's okay. All right. Of course, you may want to do some sort of bandwidth shaping or bandwidth allocation. Now, another question that we got, okay, which is the Wangs, right? You may have two Wangs, okay. Options would be you can get the LTE Pro, okay, the LTE external, and you can plug it in as a failover. All right. So for now, it's still on failover, okay. Supposedly there were rumors on it doing load balancing, because we know for early users who have been using the USG, we knew that there is okay, a load balancing feature for the USG and USG Pro 4. Okay, there are people who are specifically using Pro 4s because of the load balancing. Commercially, we don't really get 1G. Most of us, we get 100 meg, 300 meg, or maybe 500 meg, and we may have two different ISPs, and then we do the load balancing or fail over. Okay, so these are the things that we do. Okay, yes, Nicholas, I understand. Okay, so U6 Pro, for those who are into it, U6 Pro, I will say that you will use the two ports for the 30 watts. Okay, U6 Pro do tend to consume a little bit more power. Okay, I don't think I talk much about the U6 Pro because it came and went very, very, very fast. Okay, the stocks just didn't stay even for more than a week. Okay, so U6 Pro follow the same philosophy as U6 LR. Okay, for those who are interested, okay, U6 Pro, higher Wi-Fi speed. Okay, for those who want coverage, go for U6 LR. Okay, so it depends on what you want. What are you chasing after? Are you more of a speed person, or are you more of a coverage, looking for stability and reliability? Okay, so there are many different schools of thoughts. Some like to do, I'll say, just fully cover with U6 lights, multiple units of U6 lights. All right, they are not looking for speed, they're just looking for coverage, okay, and to kind of save cost in a way. All right, so there are many different kinds of solutions that are available. All right, so you can look for something that suits your needs. Okay, now for home users, like I mentioned, this unit is definitely more than suffice for you. Okay, I know there are quite a number of home users aiming for this unit. The reason being, yes, majority of us are in pigeonholes. Okay, sorry for the lack of a better word. We're in a pigeonhole. So usually, okay, most of the time, 2 APs or sometimes even one properly placed AP can cover our living quarters. Okay, our areas where we are looking at. Okay, the reason why some of you may go for this is because you have IPS and you have IDS. Okay, I mentioned again, IDS, intrusion detection system. Okay, then you have IPS, intrusion prevention system. Okay, detection just detects and tell you that, hey, you're being probed. There could be a worm, there could be something, there could be a bot. Okay, that's all. Prevention system is to prevent. So for example, right now, I can select and say that I want to block all traffic to Russia. Okay, that's it. Anything in and out, nothing will ever go to Russia. You can just highlight and click on the country once you enable it on the UDM or UDM Pro or udm-se. Okay, it's very, very intuitive and very, very easy in the sense that it has full GUI, graphic user interface. You can access it from your phone through the Unified app. You can know what's happening. Okay, you can even block people from internet if anything happens or if there's any occurrence. Okay, of course, at the same time, you also want it for the Protect, Unified Protect for the camera. Okay, not an issue. You can definitely put 5 or 6 cameras on UDM Pro or udm-se. Definitely not an issue. Okay, so don't worry, it's more than sufficient to protect most of our homes. All right, so if you want to have any kind of video surveillance. Okay, Unified Protect is definitely there. It's very, very intuitive, as I mentioned, also for the app, and it's all free. Okay, the one big thing that all you guys like about Unified is it's license free, totally license free. You don't even have to pay any more thing for subscription, no monthly fee, no yearly fee, none of all that. Okay, all you need is just buy the unit. Don't forget your UI.com account. Okay, I have users who forgot the email, lost the user password, and then nobody can save you. All right, so make sure don't lose your username password. That's always the last thing I tell customers before they walk out my door. All right, don't lose your username password. Nobody can protect you. Okay, nobody can help you. You just have to redo everything. Reset, and press the reset and start all over again. All right, so this is no joke. Okay. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Ubiquiti, okay? This video is not sponsored by Ubiquiti. I'm just doing it mainly as a Singaporean to all of you, okay? So let me see what's the next question. Yes, yeah, there are a lot of units, okay? Don't worry. Anything, just reach out to me, okay? I know there are quite a number of you have been reaching out to me. Some of you are coming to collect tonight, okay? I'm not selling, okay? Don't worry, I'm not selling, okay? I'm just doing a service to show you guys how it actually looks like. Okay, it's a very, very powerful machine. All right, no doubt about it. And definitely for us, it's a God-given for us because we have the Wangs. Okay, we have the wide area network. We have the internet speed for it. We have the environment for it. Okay, because in our environment, we just honestly for our homes or offices, 2-3 APs, not an issue. Okay, for this particular unit, you can put up to 6 U6 Lite or 6 U6 mesh, okay? My U6 mesh YouTube unboxing video is already on the YouTube, so feel free to go and take a look at it, okay? Now, in terms of speed and coverage, all right, just have to decide and choose yourself. Yes, this one only supports Ubiquiti unified cameras, okay? Ubiquiti's Protect system only supports its own camera, okay? I have another video where you can actually RTSP the video stream from the UDM Pro to a Synology NAS. Okay, so I have another very popular video which I teach people how to actually extract out the video and store it into a Synology NAS. Okay, so on the Synology, because I'm also the trainer for Synology, so for Synology you will need to also buy additional license if you have more than 2 cameras. Okay, for Synology it only comes with 2 free cameras for most of the DS models, unless you have the DVA. Okay, that's another totally different thing. We're not talking about Synology today, we're talking about Ubiquiti. Okay, Ubiquiti storage cameras, no OMVIF. Okay, 0 OMVIF. All right, don't ask me about OMVIF. No OMVIF, is all their own stuff. Okay, if you think one hard disk is not enough, you can also connect it to another UNVR. Okay, there's another UNVR. Okay, if that's insufficient, you need 20 cameras, 50 cameras, you can buy the UNVR Pro. Okay, which has 7 slots of hard drives. Okay, I've seen people put 16 terabytes of surveillance hard drives into it. Okay, I've seen almost all kinds of deployment done, be it in Singapore or around the region. All right, so let me see the next question. Yes, Mr. Ong. No, yes, of course you can purchase the udm-se to replace out your Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus. Yes, you can. All you have to do is just back up the configuration from your Cloud Key, okay? And once you power up the unit, restore the configuration into the udm-se or UDM Pro, okay? It doesn't matter. It's a good idea to migrate out from the Cloud Key because everything has a lifespan. The mechanical drive inside the Cloud Key Gen 2, all right? So that also has its own lifespan, all right? Now, I'm not going to do a video on how to do the export. All you have to do is, as usual, what you do, make sure you always back up all your configuration. You can do weekly or you can do monthly. Keep the latest copy. Don't forget the username, password, and also make sure to write down your SSH username, password. Okay, there are 2 things. One is the UI account, username, password. Another one is actually the machine where you can SSH directly into the APs or switches to do the adoption. Right, keep that, put it aside, don't lose it. Okay, yes, you can migrate from a Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus to UDM Pro or UDM Pro SE, or in fact even the small little white color UDM or UDR, okay, which is coming down. Okay, so these are things that can be done. All right, so for the past half an hour I've been talking everything about the UDM SE. Right, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I'm here to answer questions for you for a while. All right, I don't want to take up too much time. Okay, the reason why I'm doing today and the time was because I did a poll to let people choose which day and which time. The machine actually arrived much earlier. Okay, but I didn't choose to do earlier. I just want to follow the majority. Right, I will always periodically do some videos. It may not be live because I need to check back with Ubiquity if it's okay to do live, or if there's anything that they want to talk about, they will reach out to me, I'll reach out to them. Okay, similarly both ways. Right, so far I think the experience in Singapore is okay. Everybody's happy with what they have, except of course for some who lost their username password and asking how to revive it. The fastest way, honestly speaking, just reset and just move on and redo it. Okay, for the small networks. For the larger networks, usually they are being looked after by the professionals. Most of them are my students. Okay, I always tell them to always have backups. Okay, be it on the thumb drive or on the cloud somewhere, and always to make sure the customer has all the details. Okay, unless it's a managed service. Okay, so most of you are home users watching. All right, I know there's a lag between the video stream from me to YouTube, so there will be, I think, a 3-second lag. So I'm just going to hang on and wait for a while if in case you have any more questions. All right, this video is recorded. I will post it onto my YouTube channel. You can also review it again. Okay, if you want to see anything at all, just let me know. Anything that is publicly on GA, that means publicly available, is definitely there. Anything on EA, please don't ask me, I can't answer the question and I'm not allowed to. Okay. Other than that, I think we have a very good half-an-hour session today where we managed to catch up with each other. Okay, most of the time you guys only see me answering things in Facebook. Haven't done any video recently for the group. The last one was basically to do a very quick introduction. All right, I know there's a very big shortage. It's not going to end anytime soon. For those who need stuff, okay, today is 31st of May. For those who sincerely need things ASAP, please grab them as soon as possible. I can't say anything about tomorrow. Okay, so just remember, grab whatever hardware that you need as soon as possible. All right, the shortage is not going to end anytime soon. Okay, so don't wait. Okay, whenever the things that you need or you're looking for it's available, just grab a hold of it. As usual, wherever you buy it from, please remember to keep the receipt. Okay, keep the receipt, make sure the serial number is written on the receipt. All right, make sure you know where you bought it from. Take a photograph of the receipt, okay, in case anything happens. Okay, I'm here to advise as much as I can. All right, just make sure you buy from proper channels. Okay, so just remember that we are here to help each other, and I'll try my best to help you as much as I can. Okay, I'll try to do maybe another session on the troubleshooting because I have some requests on troubleshooting. I try to help out. I did a poll on if anybody needs any help on the Unify Protect cameras. If any one of the cameras is down and need rectification or need checking, I'm willing to do some volunteer work to help you guys check it out. Okay, similarly for hardware, yes, some of you are asking me to check the AP. I do at times revive some dead APs. At times, okay, not always, because not always is salvageable. Okay, sometimes when it's dead, you just have to let it go. All right, so let's take a look at the next question. Okay, USG is on a very bad shortage. Don't look at, honestly speaking, I would suggest you to move on from the USG. Okay, either that or just get a stopgap solution, buy a ERX and plug it in and move and use it as a temporary router. Okay, or to get a UDM. Okay, I wouldn't bet on the USG for now. Okay, Mr. Wong, right? Yes, Julian. Yes, I won't bet on USG for now. My last USG was sold like months ago. Okay, I haven't seen any for quite a while. All right, and there's no ETA from anywhere and anyone. All right, or if not, then just find someone who is selling a used unit if you're okay with it. All right, if you need power adapters, if your USG or your ERX power adapter is broken, you know, come and reach out to me. I do carry the power adapters as spare parts. If anybody lose any screws or lose anything, just reach out to me. I'll try my best to help you guys. Okay, other than that, I think we should be fine. Okay, right, let's see, how many do we have? Okay, we have about 8. Okay, right, so for now, we have the udm-se, which is the latest launch product that's publicly available and with sufficient stocks. Okay, there are sufficient stocks currently available, okay, in the market. Right, you can reach out to your favorite retailer to purchase them. Okay, I know some of you have your own preferred shops. Okay, just reach out to them. Okay, most of them will know me. In fact, all of them knows me. Okay, so then for AP, it's as usual. U6 Lite is on shortage. U6 Pro, no news. U6 LR, there's still some in the market. U6 Mesh is available, generally very widely available. AP's Nano HD, Flex HD for Wi-Fi 5, easily available. For switches, yes, there is a slight shortage for the 8-port. 16 ports are available in the market. 24 ports are also available. 48 ports are also available. Okay, some of you may not need so many ports, but this is the current situation for this week. Okay, that's all I can update you. All right. Other than that, I think we pretty much cover everything. Okay, so the key thing was for me to show you is the new way to plug in the power cord where there's a latch. Okay, if you want to use the power cable that's given, right? Touchscreen, 2.5 gig Wang. All right, 6 PoE injectors, 6 PoE ports with 15 watts, and then 2 with 30 watts. Okay. The 10 gig and the SFP LAN is all available. Okay, there is a hard disk slot as usual, and also there is a built-in 128 gig SSD. Okay, there's a built-in 128 gig SSD for those who may have 1 or 2 cameras. Okay, it's definitely more than sufficient. You don't have to do continuous recording. My suggestion is to go with motion recording. Okay, and also you don't have to go very high bit rate. Okay, so you can save the storage. Okay, you don't have to buy an additional hard drive. Okay, there. For those who are smaller, all right, you can go and wait. You can wait out for the UDR. All right, there are some who are waiting for the UDR. All right, or else for those with a budget and who are really into threat management, who are really into DPIs and stuff like that, this will be the perfect unit. Okay, if you don't need the PoE injectors, okay, you don't need 2.5 gig. You can stick with the UDM Pro. Okay, you can stick with the UDM Pro. Okay. All right. Anyone else have any other questions? I'm here for you. I will hang around for a few more minutes waiting for questions. There are more and more people coming in. All right. Because even though I have announced it previously, we will do it on 31st of May, 7 p.m. But this being month end and the timing, I just let you guys choose the timing. Okay, if there's any other dates or timings that you guys like or prefer in terms of doing such videos, just reach out to me and let me know. Okay, you can of course also private message me. Some people call it direct message, DM or PM. Okay, I do reply messages. So far everybody has been very cordial. Okay, and very respectful. I haven't got any nasty messages yet. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so for Singtel users, all right, so many okay, I'll say months or years ago, okay, Singtel had an ONT, and on the ONT the Wang has to have a VLAN, all right, and UB doesn't do that. Okay, it's not part of their firmware to do VLAN tag on Wang. Okay, so now Singtel actually move on from ONT to ONR. Okay, so for the ONR, you just need to bridge it, then you can get the normal Wang. Okay, of course, I will always tell customers who are on Singtel to tell Singtel to bridge the ONR, so you will get the transparent and direct Wang IP into the Wang port of the UDM or UDM Pro. Okay, Singtel is one of the odd ones. All right. Of course, there are also other telcos around our region who are also very odd. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. So for those who are not on Singtel, M1, StarHub, ViewQuest, MR, MyRepublic, all this, okay, you're very safe. Just sign up, plug it in, you'll be fine. Okay, you'll get your Wang IP. All right, unless you choose to use the ONR also at the same time, besides being your optical network termination, okay, you also want it to be your router, okay, which I don't really recommend it because it's a very watered down router. Okay, so sorry, somebody called me and made my YouTube go away. Right. So for the newer sign-ons, okay, for those who are newer with Singtel or have already changed from ONR to ONT, it's fine. You can go ahead and use it. Mio TV actually right now is on a different port, unless you want to start doing your own VLANs and stuff like that. Okay. Otherwise, it should be fine. Now, recently, of course, the past, I'll say 4 or 5 months, StarHub have their own little Android box, white color. That also has its own VLAN. Okay, if I'm not wrong, it's 1071 or 1079. I can't remember. Okay, I don't remember off the top of my head. All right, for that, sometimes people buy the Flex Mini, the 5-port switch to also do the carrying of the VLAN from one end of their home to another end, if they have pretty large homes, or else even for apartments, it should be fine. You can still VLAN and bridge it. Okay, one way is to buy the Flex Mini. All right, and then program the VLAN tag, and that should be fine for you. It should work and it should be fine. Okay, I don't think StarHub blocks any of those. So far, done a few times and it works. Okay, the Flex Mini works. The Lite 8 PoE also works. Okay, now of course with this unit, you have your PoE built in. Okay, so just cater this further to be the router for your access point and your switching. All right, so for the main routing is fine. For your IPTV, okay, I call them IPTV, just leave them on a different port. They'll just go out on another port on the ONR, okay, and then that's it. Okay, unless you have multiple set-top box STBs, then you will need a different design again. Okay, for those, I don't suggest you to do on your own. Hire a professional; they will be able to help you, and just basically understand from it the whole network and the design, so that in case if anything happens, somebody will be able to follow and know what's being done to your network. Okay, especially for those with a lot of STB. Okay, set-top box. That's what we call set-top box. Okay, right. Any other questions for today? Let me see if there's any more questions. All right. Yes, it's a very, very nice product. Okay, the build is phenomenal for those who have the UDM Pro. All right, it's a good update. It's a good upgrade. Okay, in terms of having more functionalities. For those who are exploring Unify Protect, similarly, there is a 128 GB SSD built in, which you can use to store your video from your Unify cameras. Okay, so it's all there, complete package for you. All right, like I mentioned earlier, from the accessories, let me show it to you again. You have the tabletop rubber studs for you. Okay, there are some people who may not have the racks. Okay, so don't worry, you can put them on the tabletop. Let me flip it around and let's see if there are any pre-indicators. Okay, there isn't any pre-indicators on where you can put the studs. Okay, usually for some products they may have it pre-designed, so you can put 4 studs on the bottom of the router. Okay, then you can place them on the tabletop like so. Okay, you must remember to prop it up, okay, so that there is some form of air ventilation. Of course it runs hot, okay, because there's PoE running here. Okay, the power unit itself is much larger than the UDM Pro. Okay, the power cable, the ampere rating is 4.4, I think so. Yeah, it's quite high. It's about 5 ampere. So for those who wants to get the power cable, you can look for those with 10A, 10 ampere or 13 ampere. So it's slightly more powerful and being able to handle the power ampere that's coming out from the udm-se. Okay, so I'm into my 45 minutes, very, very quickly and very, very briefly. All right, the stocks are definitely available. All right, just go to your favorite store and you can be able to purchase it. Okay, or else tell them to reach out to me. I'll definitely help you guys out. All right, it's a very, very good toy. Okay, very, very good toy. All right, you'll all love it and enjoy it. All right, so give me another 10 seconds. I'm just going to close it off. For those who just came online, thank you very much for coming and attending. The video is recorded. You'll be on the YouTube channel. You can still use the same link to view from front to back. We actually started on time at 7, so I've been talking for the past 40 odd minutes, and we were going through almost every details that we can, also answering questions that came up from our fellow users. Okay, other than that, I think everything should be fine. Okay, right, let me wait for a while and see if anything. I hope my voice is okay. According to the mic indicator, it's fine. And the video should be also be fine. I'm using the usual resolution. Okay, right. Okay, anybody have any questions, please feel free to type it out. I'll read through it and I will try my best to answer you. Okay. Okay, I'm trying not to keep quiet because otherwise you'll turn cold. Okay, but no choice because there's actually about 5-second lag between me broadcasting and reaching out to the YouTube. Okay, I can't do Facebook Live. Okay, I have to do through the YouTube link. Okay, right, for those who just come in, you can drop a hi, or if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out and ask. We will definitely be able to answer. Okay, so as usual, all Ubiquiti products come with 1-year warranty. Keep your receipt. Okay, regardless of who you buy from, where you buy from, just keep your receipt. Yes, 1-year manufacturer's defect warranty. Okay, it doesn't warranty against if you don't know how to use. Okay, it doesn't warranty against user issues or user lacking the knowledge. Okay, it's basically on the hardware itself. All right, that's the warranty. That's international per se. Okay, everything goes back to US. All right, and there's nothing local in Singapore. All right, everything goes back to the US. Okay, right. Any other questions, or do we have any other questions? Okay, I'm looking at the YouTube, so I saw that the lag is quite bad. Not bad, but quite far away. Right, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I hope nobody is watching this on the train or in the MRT. Okay, there may be some lag. Okay, I'm looking to the side because my phone is on the side. Okay. Okay, I think should be quite fine. We don't have any more new questions coming up or popping up on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can also ask me on the same Facebook post. I will definitely try my best to answer. If you need any close-up pictures, just let me know. I'll try my best to capture some for you, or if you need any short videos, let me know. I may create some reels and post it onto the Facebook page or onto Instagram. Okay. Alright, okay, so I don't think there are any more new questions. I'm just going to close up today's broadcast for now. Alright, thank you very much for spending your time with me. I know there were a constant of 8 to 10 of you. I appreciate your time. I hope you learned something new and also seen something new. I'm just going to close up for tonight and stop the broadcast. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy the video, remember to click like and also subscribe to my channel. I'll try my best to provide as much as I can. Alright, okay, so I'm going to end the broadcast now. So that's it. Okay, where's my mouse?